Welcome everybody, my name is Michael and today we're discussing about Walmart and cryptocurrency. Now this one's not a hoax, it's actually been verified, unlike some other stories from a while back, and it's nothing crazy. Walmart's not sponsoring anything, or there's no collaborations with Litecoin or whatnot. They're simply using a service that already has been a part of Walmart for many years, Coinstar, the little ATMs, I guess you could sort of say. I mean, it is sort of an ATM because it's a coin exchanging machine. That's what I'd like to call it. So you took your jars, jugs, big bottles of coins and you put it into Coinstar. They charged a fee, and there you go. You got your crisp bills, and that was pretty cool. So Coinstar now with CoinMe, there's over 200 ATMs that have been silently rolled out through various Walmart locations, and they offer cryptocurrency, which is pretty cool. And I looked up on Coin ATM Radar, so now we are just a couple ATMs really away from 30,000 ATMs globally. That's pretty crazy. Most of that comes from America, yes. So Europe's sort of catching up. And El Salvador is definitely killing it as of late because they need to, obviously, if they're going to make it legal tender. Any other country that's going to make cryptocurrency as legal tender will have to install hundreds, thousands of ATMs, whatever works. And people are constantly keep honking. Anyways, so Walmart, even though they don't directly support cryptocurrency, they haven't done anything that's extremely bullish. They're letting cryptocurrency be sold at their locations through this partnership, which has been around forever. It's just that the company that they've worked with, that company now has cryptocurrency functions as well. So, hey, that's pretty cool. Now, the reason Walmart wasn't so gung-ho with any press announcements for this is they were a little put off by what happened with the Walmart Litecoin hoax a couple months back. And they didn't really want to alert anybody to this. It just sort of happened. So there's currently 200 locations, over 200 locations in the pilot. And in total, there's over 4,700 Walmart stores. Close to 5,000. That's a lot of stores. It's chump change. Like, Walmart's not making a lot of money. Really, it's the company Coinstar. Coinstar has a lot of BTMs. They're not just in Walmart. They actually have over 2,000 ATMs, which is pretty cool. So they're other company, CoinMe, it's tied in together essentially. CoinMe operates this way. So you go to exchange your money, and there's a 7% fee for that, which is quite a bit, and that's why they're making a lot of moolah. But in addition, if you did want to purchase Bitcoin through the same machine, there is a function. Unfortunately, you can't use change. That'd be kind of cool. You're kind of dumping your own change, and instead of getting money, or they also do offer gift cards, you could purchase cryptocurrency. So they only accept single bills and 10s and 20s and whatever, and they go up to $2,500. Now, what's interesting is you don't get the money immediately. You don't get Bitcoin immediately. It gives you a voucher, and then you have to register through their website and go through KYC, and then you're able to redeem the voucher, which is kind of weird. Like, maybe that's because they're a larger company, and I don't know, that's kind of weird. But at most Bitcoin ATMs, you get the Bitcoin immediately. Yes, you do have to scan an ID inside America, but outside of America, it's like whatever. I mean, as long as you don't go over like 15,000 euros in a single day, which, trust me, you easily are able to by just going to another ATM, or just by, doing another order and that's it at the same ATM at the same, like, 2 minutes later. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do KYC, and KYC sucks for most cases. So, hey, anti-money laundering laws, woo! But anyways, it's kind of weird, but okay. So they're not only working with Walmart, they're working with other grocery stores and other places as well. So we're seeing a lot of these ATMs recently, BTMs as they call it. So CoinMe started services back in 2019, and they say they've been growing like crazy. There's a lot of money in this. And in very specific locations, grocery stores, a lot of them in Florida. It's even different on state to state. For example, in New York City, it's very difficult because of the regulations regarding anti-money laundering and getting FinCEN licenses, because they cost a lot, and it all depends on the number of ATMs. So even just for one ATM, you need like $100,000 worth of capital, where again in Europe you don't need that. You don't need to prove anything. It's just, okay, you got $5,000-$10,000, there you go, you bought yourself an ATM, and that's it. And just have a little bit of Bitcoin, and that's it. While for certain states you're going to need millions and millions and millions of dollars, and it's going to cost a lot more than, say, for example, like Florida, where Florida's been pretty open with Miami wanted to be a crypto city and whatnot. So you got like Fresco y Mas. I've never heard of these stores. Harvey's, Winn-Dixie, I've heard of that, but I've never been to any of these. They've been putting a couple hundred ATMs inside those, and this is just in Florida, so this is pretty crazy. You know, you're getting hundreds and hundreds of ATMs where, yeah, okay, it's charging a 4% fee. It's not the highest. So there's going to be some people who are like, oh, that's so high compared to like Coinbase. Yeah, but not everybody likes Coinbase, and even with Coinbase, it's 1% to 2%, and you know, it is what it is. Like 4% is not bad. You've got some ATMs that are charging 20%. So, yeah, obviously I don't use those ATMs, but in Poland, the highest I've seen is 11%. And that was obviously a ripoff, which I didn't use. When I was selling, they had much lower fees. But when you're buying, that was different. So they don't mention anything about, you know, selling your Bitcoin to these guys. So it's just buying, I guess. It's just one way, which is fine. You know, whatever, it is what it is. So we're just a day or two away from hitting 30,000 crypto ATMs. Now, the biggest issue is Bitcoin compliance. And again, it's going to vary from state to state level and inside the country. But a lot of these guys are stepping their game up. There's some people that are accusing BTM operators of helping fraud and whatever, but there's some that actually have programs where they refund and they stop fraud right in its tracks. And there's this one company where they refunded over $5 million worth of fraudulent transactions over the past year. So, you know, the easiest thing I can think of is there's a scammer out there. He says your computer's hacked and you have to go buy Bitcoin and send it to him. You know, obviously we're not going to fall for that. I've never fallen for any of that. I'm sure you have never either. And if you did, you would be too embarrassed to admit it. But maybe your grandma did. Maybe there's some, you know, elderly crowd out there that is a little bit gullible still to this stuff. The IRS is calling and they want your... It's like, okay, please don't hang up. This is not a spam. Yeah, okay, see you, goodbye. So there's going to be some fraud out there, you know, as with any currency. You can't stop it. There's billions of dollars worth of fraud with USD. So crypto is just a tool, and yeah, they're going to have a couple bad apples out there, but BTM operators do what they can to stop it. But ultimately, I think Walmart's going to have a lot more. I'm thinking they're going to have millions of dollars extra, and they're thinking, okay, well, if we can have a couple million, why not a couple 100 million? And before you know it, we're going to hit 50,000 ATMs. I'm telling you, within the next 2 years, possibly even within the next year, we might have more Bitcoin ATMs than the actual price of Bitcoin. Where the price of Bitcoin right now has fallen a little bit, 62,400. So, you know, we'd need to double what we have right now, even more. But it might happen pretty soon. We're growing. So, thanks for watching. We've come in October to Evanston just for a couple minutes, just to take a look at the beautiful lake. And the best view of them all from Northwestern University now on the other side. Oops.